Welcome back, Cougar fans. My name is Lindley Southern with CUCougars.com, and this is your Cougar Press Pass. The men's volleyball team played 2 games this week. They took on Dominican University at home on Wednesday, where they won 3-2. Tyler Hollebeck led the Cougar offense with 23 kills and added 6 blocks and 2 assists. Alexander Ford was a wall and wouldn't allow anything past him, and he added 7 blocks. Elijah Mosher had 49 assists and 19 digs to aid in the Cougar victory. They then traveled to Marian University on Friday, where they fell 3-1. Hollebeck led the offense with a team-high 23 kills, 5 blocks, and 1 ace. Mosher picked up 48 assists and 14 digs on the night, leading the team in both categories. Michael Cardenas added in 13 digs and 2 assists on the night. Men's volleyball will be back in action on Tuesday, where they will travel to MSOE to compete in round 1 of the NAC tournament. The baseball team played 4 games this week. They took on Benedictine University on Tuesday, where they split with the Eagles. Game 1 resulted in a 3-0 Cougar win. Tyler Crater led at the plate, going 2 for 3. A home run from Jake Mahler added to the Cougar score. Bryce Jones picked up the win on the mound, and Jack Linko registered the save. In Game 2, the Cougars fell just short, 7-6. Dom Owens led offensively, going 3 for 4 at the plate, and Connor Jacardis and Linko both went 1 for 1. They then took on Edgewood College on Saturday, where they swept the Eagles. The first game was an 8-7 win. Michael Kasich went a perfect 4 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Crater followed with 3 hits and Richie Sperando with 2. Jones added another win on the mound, and Kyle Connolly picked up the save. Game 2 resulted in a 3-0 win. Owens led at the plate, going 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. The pitching duo of Michael Southard and Elliott Higgins led the way defensively, with Southard picking up the win and Higgins with the save. Baseball will be back in action on Wednesday, where they will travel to Aurora University to take on the Spartans. The softball team played 6 games this week. They took on Aurora University for a weekday doubleheader, where they split with the Spartans. Game 1 resulted in a 12-2 loss. Mykyler Morris went 2 for 3 in the game with 1 RBI. Ashley Schroll and Eden Pufall also registered hits for the Cougars. In Game 2, the Cougars won 7-1. Jessica Gang, Emily Garcia, Caitlin Smith, and Maya Lorenas all went 2 for 4 with at least 1 RBI each. Schroll pitched all 7 innings for the Cougars, only allowing 5 hits. On Saturday, the Cougars traveled to Edgewood College, where they swept the Eagles. The Cougs led a comeback in Game 1 to win 9-8. Morris had a perfect game, going 4 for 4 with 1 RBI. Arissa Santos went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Morgan Hofeck picked up the win. Game 2 ended in an 8-4 Cougar win. Callie Tierney went a perfect 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Morris and Gang both went 2 for 4. Alyssa Campos picked up the win on the rubber. On Sunday, the Cougars hosted Alverno College, taking both games from the Inferno. In Game 1, the Cougars led another comeback, winning 8-7. Gang led at the plate, going 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Lorenas went 2 for 2 with 1 run scored. Jolene Anderson had 3 RBIs on the day. Pufall pitched the win. In Game 2, the Cougars won 23-2, the highest scoring game for CUC since 2009. Gang went a perfect 2 for 2 with 3 runs and 4 RBIs. Morris also went 2 for 2 with 3 runs and 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. Garcia scored 3 runs and added 2 RBIs, including a 2-run home run. Megan Buska recorded the win for the Cougars. Morris ended the week going 12 for 18 at the plate and was awarded NAC Player of the Week. Softball will be back in action on Saturday to take on Marian University at home. The men's tennis team played 1 game this week. They took on MSOE on Saturday, where they fell 7-0. Kevin Bolins and Kyle Pelzik won 1 game in their doubles match, but ultimately fell. Diego Loveshe and Reynaldo Leal fought in their singles matches, picking up game wins, but both were unable to secure a point. They will be back in action on Thursday, where they will travel to the College of DuPage. Both track and field teams traveled to the Chicagoland Championships this weekend. On the men's side, Julian Switzer grabbed a 9th place finish in the long jump. In the javelin throw, Austin Jackson set a personal best mark, and Eli Lickens threw the best mark for the Cougars in the discus throw. The 4x100-meter relay team of Austin Knight, Vincent Scarnato, Jaden Taylor, and Julian Switzer finished in 6th. Knight also took 11th in the 200-meter. In the 400-meter hurdles, Jamel Goins finished 13th. On the women's side, Ariel Martinez set a personal best in the 3,000-meter steeplechase to secure a top 10 finish. Anaya Isom finished 13th in the long jump. Nora Samore took 17th in the high jump. Harmony Cooper and Samore both ran personal bests in the 200-meter. Grace King and Abigail Placido both set personal bests in the 800-meter. Both teams will be back in action for the Cougar Invitational at home this weekend. The stunt team competed in 2 games this week to finish out their regular season. Game 1 resulted in a dominating 7-0 win against the University of Olivet, marking their 5th straight win against the Comets. The Cougars scored points in all 4 quarters. Game 2 ended in a 10-2 loss to St. Mary's College. CUC picked up both of their points in the first quarter. This concludes the regular season, and the Cougars will await the final standings to determine if they will make it to the Division III Stunt Nationals. Esports fell to Waynesburg University 3-0 in their second round of playoffs. This concludes their season. Coverage for all of our sports can be found at cucougars.com/coverage. My name is Lindley Southern, and this has been your Cougar Press Pass. Roll Cougs!